Hello, everyone. Welcome. I am going to give it just another minute or two while we still have a few more joining. All right, it is 2 past the hour, so I will go ahead and get started. My name is Kayla McGarry. I am the new show director for Medtrade, and I am very excited to meet all of y'all in person in sunny Phoenix in a few short weeks. Want to welcome you to the Know Before You Go Activation Success webinar. Can you please go to the next slide? I'd like everyone to know that this will be recorded and put on our website for anyone that was unable to attend, or if you have any coworkers that you would like to send a link to. We also have a Q&A box. Feel free to put your questions in the Q&A and we will answer them as the webinar goes on, or we will answer them at the end. So today we are going to go over just a quick introduction, a show overview, dates, important times, key locations that you will need to know, a little bit about the exhibitor resources, and planning your trip and hotel. Then we will have our mobile app team come on and give a quick demonstration, and then we will open up to Q&A. So I would like to introduce Janine, our operations manager, and she will go over. Next slide.
Hello, as Kayla said, I'm Janine Brinton. I am the operations manager. I'm very excited to hopefully see all of you very soon at Medtrade in sunny Phoenix. For just a bit of an overview of the show, we have this slide here. This is also available online at our exhibitor manual, but just be aware that the setup days are Sunday and Monday until 5 each day. That's when we have access to our halls. The exhibits themselves will be open on Tuesday and Wednesday, as you can see, 9 to 5 and then 10 to 3. And we do ask that you keep your booths completely intact and open until 3 p.m. on Wednesday, especially for the sake of those attending the event. Attendees are looking forward to seeing all of you and would like access until 3 o'clock on Wednesday the 4th, which is what we publicize. So we ask that respectfully that you keep your booths open till then. And then when teardown begins at 3 p.m. sharp on Wednesday, you'll be receiving your crates and other items that have been put in storage by Freeman. You'll be able to continue packing up until 9 p.m. And then again, we have another 4 hours the next morning for final pack up. Next slide, please. So here's some key locations in the hall. You can find maps online that you can zoom in further, but let's just go over a few of the key points. First of all, Medtrade will be in the north building of the Phoenix Convention Center. There are multiple buildings, west, north, there's a theater, etc., but we are in the north. You can also access it by going through the west hall. That is no problem. They are connected both underground and through an overhead bridge. But you will make your way to halls 4, 5, and 6 of the north building, and they are located on the lower level. Basically, it's underground. The first level, the ground floor level, will be where we have our conference sessions and also the ballroom for some ballroom events you may be aware of. To go to registration, we'll have plenty of signage to get you there in case you do enter through the west, for example. But you will go down the escalator to the lower level, and just across from exhibit halls 5 and 6, you'll see registration. For EACs, and in case some of you don't know, that stands for Exhibitor Appointed Contractor. If you have contractors that'll be setting up for you, they will be able to go through a small door by hall 4, where we will have a security guard there with their names on a list, your company name, and then their name specifically as the contractor. And a security guard will hand out wristbands so that they have access in and out all day. There will be a lead capture desk. You'll hear more about the mobile app in a little bit, but that desk will be located next to registration. So throughout your visit in Phoenix at Medtrade, you have any questions or follow-up questions, we will have somebody posted there to assist you with the mobile app on your cell phone. And then very important, the sales office where you can go to renew your booth for next year. This is going to be in a very cool little office that overlooks Hall 4. And right by the entrance to Hall 4, there is an elevator that you will take to the mezzanine level. Basically, it just says M2 in the elevator. As soon as you get off, you will see our office set up there where you can go to renew. Next slide, please. Okay, for this, I'm going to pass over to my colleague Lynette, the marketing director, and she'll go over a few things about exhibitor resources.
Thank you, Janine. So we have listed on our website an exhibitor resource tab. It is under the exhibit tab, and then listed below is an exhibit resource center. We can drop the link below in the Q&A section. Here you can find a list of things. We have a profile manager, which is the best tool to attract attendees pre-show, during the show, and post-show. And I'll go into more details shortly after this. There's also a link under the Exhibit Resource Center where you can register your staff, and as well as any last-minute sponsorship opportunities that you may be interested in. And last but not least, there is the Exhibitor Services Manual, which will list a lot of the key deadlines and other ways to order your freight, information about policy. So it's a great manual for you to read before you get onto show site. We can go on to the next page. So the profile manager. This is a great tool if you haven't already updated your profile manager to attract your attendees pre-show, during the show, and post-show. In the profile manager, we encourage you to update your logo, your description, your website, any keywords or product releases that you may have, and as well as any show specials that you are offering during the show. This is the way that our attendees will be searching you, and they will also, all of this information will be integrated into our mobile app system. So again, this is a great tool for you to update your profile manager before you get onto show site. And then we can go on to the next slide. And then Janine will talk a little bit about the Exhibitor Service Manual.
As Lynette was saying, we have some great tools online for you, and this is one of them. This is a very key tool that hopefully all of you, or at least most of you, have already paged through. It's called the Exhibitor Service Manual. We often refer to it as the ESM. There are lots of resources in there, the guidelines for the show, for proper setup of your booth, all kinds of things that you can order, deadlines, shipping information, shipping labels, all of it is in the Exhibitor Services Manual. So please give it a good look through if you haven't already. On this page, you'll see that this is one of the pages directly from the manual that shows you various links we've provided to make it easy for you to click right on and book your hotel if you haven't already, to order electric if you were to need electrical power in your booth, to have flowers in your booth if you so desire, and various other things you can see listed here. The most important one probably for all of you is the very first box that says Freeman Order Online. Freeman is our general contractor for the show, our decorator. So they have the exclusive rights for all the setup of the booths, of the structure around you of our entire show. And if your contractors need anything in addition, they would order from Freeman. So that order online button there is very key. And that also takes you to their page, which is full of a tremendous amount of information. Okay, next slide, please. This is another page from the manual with a few more key points we wanted to make sure you're aware of. There are a few deadlines here. First of all, the shipping to the advance warehouse as opposed to shipping directly on site. It's always preferred really to ship in advance to the advance warehouse. They will accept packages through February 23rd, so that's 10 days from now, without a surcharge. After that, there is a bit of a surcharge. Freeman can answer that question, and I believe it's posted clearly on their website. But that's just a key date for you to keep in mind. Would be best to get your packages, your crates and so forth to them by the 23rd. February 12th, this week, is the Smart City deadline. They are the exclusive providers at the Phoenix Convention Center for internet and telephone. And if you need internet in your booth, they would be the folks to call, or you can order online through that link. The Phoenix Convention Center does offer complimentary Wi-Fi, but only in the pre-function areas, which are the hallways outside of the exhibit hall, and upstairs in the food court and common spaces like that. But inside the exhibit hall, there is no Wi-Fi unless you order it directly from them for your booth. There's also an electric company on site, Commonwealth. Their deadline is February 13th, so we've got 3 days left. And then Freeman is still taking orders online, but their discounted deadline was yesterday. They will still take more orders. The price goes up slightly, but they are still working full speed ahead. There's a few little checkpoints at the bottom of that page that is just a good reminder to make sure you've done those things. You can check them off for yourself. And it just helps you plan your trip ahead of time. All right, next page, please. All right, so this, again, also from the Exhibitor Services Manual. This is basically just about freight and deliveries. There's some detail here that I suggest you read when you have a chance, but a few things I wanted to point out, really highlight here. The warehouse address is listed. This is the one that has the deadline for February 23rd before there's a surcharge. This is where you would be shipping things to in advance of the show. There is also further detail. I know it's kind of small here, but about shipping and material handling information and how Freeman charges for that. The show site shipping address on the right-hand column, that is for when we get right to show days. They will start receiving things at show site beginning on Sunday, March 1st. But I would keep in mind that I would like you to keep in mind you need to read that area closely because you cannot send a truck directly to the show site. You need to go to the Freeman marshaling yard. That is explained very carefully in the Freeman section and also on their website with a map, with directions, and your truck drivers will be lined up there and then sent over to the show site in order that they have arrived at the marshaling yard. But again, take a good look at this information in the manual. It will be very clear when you read it there. Next slide, please. So move-in procedures. I've gone over a few of these already. In the first box, you'll see where it mentions the marshaling yard and the address and directions. Again, that's something you want to know in advance. If you have a truck that is coming right to the facility the day before the show, for access in the hall, you will need to pick up your badges. Your whole team has to pick up their badges on Monday, March 2nd, the second day of setup. Registration will be open and ready to receive you there. And then again, we need all booths set up by Monday at 5 p.m. Tuesday, the show will open. For dismantling and move out, the schedule is at the bottom. We want to make sure everybody is cleared out by 12 noon on Thursday. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, for planning your trip, we have a wonderful hotel housing partner. It's EvolveCon, and they have a very cool tool that most of you have probably seen already called Hotel Map. You can go on there. This is all on our website, but you can click there to book your hotel room if you haven't already. There are plenty of rooms still available. We have many hotels that have partnered with us around the Phoenix Convention Center. They all still have rooms available from what I've been told. The price does go up as you get closer. So if you haven't already, I would suggest you click on that link and book as soon as possible. You can also click on the map, on the hotel map, on a little building as you scroll around and you find a hotel there, and then it'll bring that hotel up with detail of what the rooms are that are still available and the various pricing categories. Or you can just go on the list. You'll see it when you click on there, but it's a really nice tool, very easy to navigate. Parking is handled by the convention center. So it is $20 a day. You would need to go to their website to get more details on that. We're not very much involved with parking. Not many of our guests rent cars, but I know a few will. So you might want to check that out if you do have a car with you and want more information on how that works. Next slide, please. Okay, I'm now turning this back over to Lynette, our marketing director, to go into further detail about staff badges.
All right, so we are less than 3 weeks away from Medtrade. So by now, I hope most, if not all of you, have already registered your booth staff. If you haven't, please check your email. There was an email that was sent from Medtrade show team at medtrade.com to the contract contact on file. And this is a unique link. There's a unique registration link within that email where that contract contact can register their booth staff. And from there, once you click on the link, you will be prompted to create a password, and then you can register your entire booth staff that will be coming to Medtrade. And just a reminder, for every 10 by 10 booth, there will be 4 complimentary staff badges that comes with each of the 10 by 10 booth. If you have any questions at all about staff registration, please contact us at emeraldsupport@cvent.com, and there's a phone number and times listed below on this slide. And then going on to the next page. And then a little bit about advertising and sponsorships. It's still not too late if you are looking to expand your presence outside of your booth. We do have a few more sponsorships available. Please contact your sales rep and they will be able to help guide and create a sponsorship package that you may be best interested in. And this is a great way to extend outside of your booth, connect with attendees pre-show, and establish that brand presence at Medtrade. And then last but not least, I know we didn't get to share this earlier, but I know that there's been some inquiries about a special discount code to invite your attendees. We will drop it in the chat here in the Q&A section, but we do have the Medtrade Invite Challenge. And this is a unique code that's unique to every exhibitor where they can share with their attendees for 100% off discount code to get an attendee expo pass. And this applies to every exhibitor that has already been confirmed and are exhibiting at Medtrade 2026. So feel free to invite and extend those offers to your network. And then we will go on to the next page here. And then I will introduce Portia, who is our marketing manager, to talk through the schedule of events.
Hello, everyone. So our schedule of events this year is giving you several opportunities to be able to network with our community. So as Janine already said, our expo hours are Tuesday and Wednesday, 9 a.m. to 5 and then 10 a.m. to 3. This year we have started a new networking Medtrade mixer on Monday that allows the attendees and exhibitors to attend and be able to mingle on that first day from 5 p.m. to 6:15. So that is a new and exciting something to do on the first day when you get there after you've set up your booth. As you know, Medtrade happy hour is on Tuesday on the show floor from 4 to 5 p.m. So that is another opportunity for you to meet and network with the attendees. We have the AA Home Care update that is on Tuesday from 2:15 to 3:15. And then the AA Home Care stand-up event, which is in the evening after our happy hour on Tuesday from 5:30 to 7 p.m. is another opportunity for you to network with our attendees. So we would love for you to download our mobile app, which gives you all of this information, and it also helps you to connect with our attendees at the show. Next slide, please. So on behalf of our mobile app this year, if you were with us last year, you know that it allows you to do lead capture. But if you were not, just a little bit more information, and I will pass it over to our app attendant to give you some more information about that. But you know that the lead capture allows you to scan attendees' badges to get more information, to get all of their contact information, to speak with them later. You can scan offline and you can scan anywhere. So if you meet them on the elevator or at one of these networking events that I just spoke about, you can scan their badges to have their information later and to be able to contact them. Multiple users can use this badge scanning equipment on their phones. So your entire team has access to this, and everyone on the team can scan everyone's information, and it can all be compiled together for everyone to see later. There's a lead scoring and notes option on this. So you can score your leads, and you can also write notes so that you can go back and reference them later to know exactly what you talked about with this attendee and just refresh your memory. And then later on, you can, or even on show site, you can export those contacts. If you want to, you know, when you get back to your hotel room, just review everything you've done for the day. You can export those contacts and review everybody that you talked to for the day or your team has talked to. And then from there, I will pass it over to Yelena to give you more information about our mobile app.
Thank you, Portia. Let me share my screen. Okay, so as the team mentioned, you will be receiving or already have received the welcome email where you will have all of your information regarding your email, registration ID, and the link that will take you to your app store, depending if you're using Android or iOS. Once you have successfully downloaded, it will look something like this. From here on, you're entering your email, entering your badge ID, and the password that you will use throughout the whole event. So just before we start officially, this is a mock-up version of the app. So the actual looks of the app that you're using may be different, but the functionality is absolutely the same. So we will go through everything so you will see how it functions. So this will be the main homepage. From here, you will be able to access your profile, update anything there. You will be able to access attendee sponsor list, meetings, and also recommendations. So when it comes to recommendations, based on the registration and the onboarding you have completed, our AI engine will provide you with some relevant recommendations. So usually it comes in around 10 profiles per batch. And from there, you will have some options to choose, which is like skip, connect. If you connect, you can send the message and request a meeting. From here on, jumping into the most important thing. So when it comes to the lead capture or badge scanning, it's very important once you first initial download the app, please allow the app to access your camera in order for you to successfully scan other badges. Once you go to the participant, scan their badge, their profile opens like this. So from here on, as the team mentions, you will have all of their details they have provided. And also under the lead details, you will have the options to start qualifying and leave a comment. Once you click on the start qualifying, you will be able to leave some lead scores. And here what you see is the qualification questions and answers that you and your team will be able to use. I will mention later briefly where you can create those and how it functions. So from here on, jumping into the chat option, from here you will be able to see all of the chats you have exchanged with participants, also open their profiles. Under the schedule, you will be able to see the agenda, but also your schedule, and you will be able to sync it with your calendar. When it comes to the notifications, also very important, please allow notifications if you want to receive real-time notifications through the event. Once you enable them, they will look something like this. So if you're having sessions that are upcoming, if you have meeting requests, interests, everything will be held here so you can go through that. And under the more button that we like to call a hamburger menu is basically homepage narrowed down in a list. So maybe it will be better accessible for you and your team. So that is when it comes to the mobile app. Do you maybe have any questions for us? Because also my colleague is here. Okay. Okay, let me then jump into the my team part and where actually you will be able to create the lead qualification questions. So once you logged in successfully on the web platform, you will also have the link that will take you, if you're on your laptop on the web platform, you will be able to access the My Team feature. This is accessible for you and all of the team members that are in your team. From here on, you will see all of the meetings you and your team members have. You will be able to schedule meetings for you and in behalf of your team members, which is very helpful. You will be able to filter it down under the leads tab. So all of the people who have shown interest in you, your company, your team members will be held here. So you will be also able, as on the mobile app, as previously shown, you will be able to qualify those leads, giving a score or a lead qualification question and answer. It is very important in order for the leads to convert into contacts and be in the export to be a batch scan, so the batch scan to happen, to have a requested meeting with them or a mutual interest. If nothing of those three is done, they will not appear in the export. So always do please make sure to convert all the leads into contacts. Under company chat, all of the messages you and your team members receive will be here like in one centralized hub where you can always access and respond. Under the contacts, as mentioned, all of the leads converted into contacts will be listed here. So it's going to be easy accessible. You will see scores, all the notes you left. So for all of your team members. Under the team members, you will see who exactly is in your team. You will have two options, admin and team member. And the admin, it's very important to note that the only admin will be able to edit personal profiles from the team members, manage availability, remove team members from the team, and change roles to admin. When it comes to company profile as well as product profile, as Lynette mentioned, it is only going to be possible to edit these in the profile manager. So if you see that note, please note that it's only possible to update everything in the profile manager. And when it comes to the settings, that is the part that we mentioned when it comes to the lead retrieval when you qualify leads. So from here on, it's basically for you and your team members to create any relevant questions you think are important when qualifying a lead. So for example, let's say, what are the products that the other company or participant company is offering? What is their revenue? When they were established? So basically anything that comes to mind, you can create them here. It will be visible for everyone. And what is very important, you can also delete them, modify them, so it doesn't get too crowded. And everything you have done when qualifying the leads and when you answered the questions and also provided the answers, they will be able to, you will be able to provide the answers as a paragraph, single select or multi-select. And what is also very important, all of the questions and answers you provide, they will be in the export. Export is also available for you and the whole your whole team. So basically anyone will be able to export the connected export connections or export meetings, and they are accessible in a CSV and an Excel format. So that is also when it comes to the My Team section. Let me see if we have any questions. I can see some of the questions that are also regarding the booth. Not sure if all of those were answered.
Yes, I think the one question for you is, are we able to get a deep link to the app scheduler to put in our emails we're sending out? And
so the schedule will only be visible in the app. There will not be no external link that you can maybe forward or access. So only when you access the app, you will be able to access the agenda and also your schedule.
And then we had one more question. Where do we find the version where we can put in our own questions?
So yes, once you receive your welcome email, if you're on your laptop, the link that will be in the welcome email, once you click on it, it will take you to the web platform. And from there, the login process is absolutely the same as on the mobile. So if you're first logging in on the web, it's email address, registration ID, password, and from there on, here on the right side, you will be able to access your team. And under the settings or lead qualification questions, you will be able to see it and create it, play around it. So it's also very important what we always like to note. please do use this before the actual event starts, so you have all of the questions prepared before the event. Once you start scanning the badges, you will have easy access and it will go quicker.
New question, how do we access the online version of the app? Also, I am setting up everyone for our team. However, I am not able to attend the show. Will I need to be registered for the show to access the app?
Yes. So only the event participants who are actually registered will have the option to access the app. So in this case, your team members will only have the availability to access the app.
I think that is all the app questions I'm seeing.
Yes, I believe so. Hope I didn't miss anything, but you can also always reach to us if you have any technical questions regarding the app. We are here always to assist.
And then just wanted to add, I think there were some questions about online version of the app. You can go to discover.medtrade.com, and that is the online version.
Thank you, Lynette.
Of course, thank you.
Apologies, one more question. Are we required to use this app to scan badges, or can we use our own external app to scan badges?
This is the only version of the app where you will be able to scan badges, and everything will be held here under my team, so you and your team can access. There will be no external app. I think that's it from our side.
Thank you, John. Do you want to share the screen again? I see one question that has not been answered is, I see that there is a charge for deliveries that arrive at the warehouse after 2/23. Is there a cutoff day that materials need to be sent directly to the trade show site?
Yes, I am looking that date up right now. There is a date, right? 1 second.
Okay, we'll add that answer in the chat.
Yeah.
And then there was,
oh, sorry.
No, go ahead, Kayla.
I'm going to drop my email in the chat. Feel free to copy this. And if you think of any questions, or for some reason your question was not properly answered, feel free to email me. I'm happy to get back to you after this Know Before You Go is over.
There was one last question that if Janine, you could help answer. Are we permitted to do a raffle at our booth? Highly encourage it, especially to attract attendees to your booth. The other question, the part 2 was, are we permitted to give away alcohol? And what is that process like? Okay, you did answer.
I did it, yeah.
Another question, I did not see the expo hours listed in the show schedule, so I can add it to my schedule.
We can add that. We can add that in. Thank you.
All right, if there are no more questions, I wanted to remind everyone that this was recorded and will be put on our website. Thank you so much. We look forward to seeing everyone in Phoenix. Thank you.
Thank you so much.